Hey guys, it's Stephen Mark Fort, your mobile guy and owner of Kickback Wireless Solutions. I just wanted to hop in here at the beginning of this video because it's a little different. I'm interviewing co-owner of Rogue Energy, Zac Dudzik, who's my old college roommate. We started our businesses about the same time, and we go into kind of how the story behind his business, about his product, and also what's going to be unique about these interviews is I'm going to go into how these business owners are using mobile technology, whether that be to run the business or to reach new clients or customers. So I also worked out a deal with him. He actually has a new shaker cup out that's the exact ratio for liquid and mix that you need. It's a black and white. Then you get to try out his 5 flavors already that he has for this, and it's an energy supplement that kind of replaces a Red Bull, Monster, or your coffee in the morning. I drink this almost every morning, and it's delicious. I like all the flavors. I definitely have my favorites, but this allows you to try all of them out before you maybe would invest in getting a tub, which is 30 servings. So you get to try all that out. All you have to do is go to therogueenergy.com and use the promo code MobileGuy at checkout, and you'll get that all for free. Again, therogueenergy.com. Use the code MobileGuy, and you'll get to try out that starter pack for free. And then you'll learn more about the product in this interview. So it'll also incentivize you to see if it's something that you're interested in. And if you're a business owner, go ahead and go to yourmobileguy.com and get in contact with me. I'd love to sit down with you. Or if you're interested in more content like this, if you're not a business owner, go ahead and go to that yourmobileguy.com and check out all my free content that I have there. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey everybody, my name is Stephen Mark Fort, owner of Kickback Wireless Solutions, and this is the Get Mobilized show. I'm here with Zac Dudzik, co-owner of Rogue Energy, and today we're going to be going on with our interview series, going over the start of their business that they started not too long ago, about a year and a half ago. And me and Zac actually were roommates in college, have traveled the world together with an internship program or a consulting program, and we're actually out here in Green Bay where Rogue Energy is located. We were at his sister's wedding over the weekend, and we figured we both started businesses since college, and kind of have been, I would consider you my accountability buddy a little bit. Like when
couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so we've been talking and always staying in touch with how things are going, and our businesses kind of overlap a little bit too. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Zac, and talk about the backstory of your business and how it came to be, and so we can get to know you.
Sounds good, buddy. So, like you said, I'm Zac, co-founder of Rogue Energy. We're pretty much we're a newer business. We're pretty much a cross between a pre-workout and an energy drink. Trying to take out the unhealthy things that you can find in your typical canned energy drinks, your Monsters and Red Bulls of the world, and introducing healthy ingredients, amino acids, vitamins, antioxidants, no calories, healthy stuff.
Right.
Started the business February 1st of 2017, and we've been growing ever since.
Great. Yeah, so I actually knew Zac, like I said, back in college, and he was always researching like energy stuff because we were quite a rowdy college crew, and we needed our energy to be able to do well in school. So he was always researching this stuff. So when he started this business, I'm like, yeah, well, he's already got the research done pretty much.
There's always been a bit of passion there.
Just have to like add in the business part of it.
Of course, yeah.
Go. So as far as when you, I know it's still a big focus. So you started Rogue, how long ago?
So we technically formed the LLC February 1st of 2017.
Okay.
We did about 9 months or so of R&D, so pretty extensive research on the product, making sure that we had it nice and soluble, tasting delicious, and that all the different ingredients were acting properly the way that we want them essentially to.
Yep.
We specially formulated it so that your energy level, if you take a couple shots of espresso, or a couple energy drinks, you get a little bit jittery, a little bit wired there.
Right.
And that's kind of the reverse effect of what we wanted. So what we've designed ours to do is to not only kick in quickly, but instead of spiking you up too high to an uncomfortable level where you're starting to get sweaty, maybe flush of the face and stuff like that, we put you in that sweet spot. Okay. And we keep you there for about 8 hours. So making sure that formula did what we wanted it to do. took a little bit of time.
Right.
So
Right.
we were able to have product in hand and start selling online in September 18th.
Nice.
Yep.
So yeah, that's got to be interesting. Like starting from, obviously we've done schoolwork and normal work outside
Yep.
of school for a couple of years. It had to be interesting learning the business of selling something that people put in their bodies.
Absolutely.
I mean, because that's pretty important.
Yep.
'Cause you guys have super clean facility. You did your research, and
Yep.
isn't it like an FDA approved facility? Right?
Yeah. So all of our products are manufactured in an FDA approved facility, GMP certified for good manufacturing practices. So yeah, real legit.
Yep, and that was part of the struggle at the beginning, right? Was being able to
Definitely. So
find that reputable and
correct. Yeah. So we
trustworthy
originally were looking at a business out of New York that we had partnered with originally for our R&D. We were with them for probably about 5.5 months, kind of going back and forth with our process, and we had to make the very challenging decision to essentially break up with them when they weren't able to kind of deliver our high standards, which I think was our first real obstacle as co-founders and as starting a brand new business.
Yeah.
And it definitely was a financial hit, but we realized for the longevity of our business and the type of product that we're trying to deliver to our clients, it was going to be something that's really important. So we ended up bringing our manufacturing back in the state of Wisconsin, where we're from.
which is kind of cool. It's kind of a blessing in disguise a little bit.
We were able to go out there and personally interview face to face instead of over the phone and conference calls.
Okay.
Our partners, our contract manufacturers, and they were able to kind of align their vision with us perfectly. And we think the result is a pretty fantastic product that we were able to create. So
it's an amazing
we've been pretty pleased
product.
with the relationship that we had so far, and I think it was important for us to make that tough call early on.
Start with quality.
Yeah.
I mean, then you don't
Absolutely.
have to worry about
Yeah.
all your marketing stuff. Then you'll perform. Like if you have the quality product, then when people ask for what you deliver,
Exactly.
you don't have to worry about what you're delivering.
I didn't mention this in the little intro part right away, but the niche that we live within,
Yeah.
it's going to sound a little bit crazy.
I was going there next.
Yeah, the niche that we live within is actually professional video gamers. So gamers, whether you be at all the way from a professional level, a YouTuber, a streamer on Twitch or Mixer, all the way down to people casually playing and enjoying their time on console or on PC.
Right.
That's kind of the niche that we live within. Now, of course, there's fantastic carryover.
Right.
Where it applies great as a pre-workout, great as a coffee replacement for business students, for people to use before working out or after to kind of get that energy. But the people that we speak to the most in our marketing efforts and for our business,
Totally.
and the world that we kind of live within the most is gaming and video gaming. So we actually early on we had really kind of an aggressive timeline. We decided to sign up for a pretty costly convention early on in October of last year, where we were going to fly out to Long Beach, California. We're going to exhibit in front of about 70,000 people. So that hitting that timeline was also super challenging, especially when we were nervous that we weren't going to have our product prepared with that previous partner that we signed up with. So that was kind of nerve-wracking to start out.
Yeah, it's a big conference. When you told me you were going to do that, I'm like, holy.
Yeah, and we were committed in it, and the deposits stuff were made and stuff. Yeah. So we had hoped that we would be able to hit those timelines, which we'll
definitely touch on those conferences that you have been at too, and see how it's going. But yeah, you said gaming niche. I'm not a gamer. Like I obviously played my fair share of like FIFA and sports.
I used to throw down on FIFA back in college a little bit,
but I wouldn't consider like gaming nowadays is not like gaming it was when we were in college. And I think even though you say it may sound weird to people, I think Twitch and professional gaming is really becoming, nationally known, especially with, I'm not as in the gaming niche, and even I heard about like the record setting. Who was it? It was like Drake and Ninja playing, and it like broke Twitch basically. So like that made the news. So now people are like, whoa, gaming's like that big. And then unfortunately, this will give a good time frame to when this video was shot, but it was the shooting in where was it? It was in Florida.
It was in Florida
at the Madden tournament. So I mean, there's big tournaments going on. Unfortunately, we hear about it in an unfortunate event, and it's sad, and there's details are still pretty sparse out there, but it's definitely well known. So it's kind of it's cool.
It's finding its way into the mainstream a little bit more.
So that niche, and people in my other interviews, I'm obviously talking to business owners, and we talk about entrepreneurial tactics in general. And with Aubrey, I talked about she wanted to focus on women. Like she even brought her own niche in, and we talked about how niching is actually how you grow faster, which is weird.
Right.
Because then at the beginning, because then you can apply that to other areas, but to master a niche and to get a loyal following, we talk about that all the time.
Absolutely.
Your tribe, your loyal following, like you're doing it the right way.
Well,
I mean,
we've talked about that before. How you're able to go inch wide and a mile deep.
Yep.
Where you're able to really hone your focus on who you need to be talking to and who you're delivering value to. So I think that's been effective for us. And although we have fantastic carryover in the fitness field, students, entrepreneurs, and stuff like that, I think being laser focused on kind of who our bread and butter clients are is really benefit for us. So.
Right. And for me, for instance, not just because I know you and just want to buy your stuff, but like I consume Rogue, and I'm not like right now I'm a business owner, not a gamer.
Exactly.
So like it carries over. I sometimes replace or supplement my coffee depending on how much work I need to get done that day. Usually both. But it's a great product, and it really does do what you say. I
appreciate that.
And that's what's cool. And I don't mind sharing it with people. And that's why I wanted to interview you. So now we talked about where you started. Niche, where your niche is.
Yep.
We kind of touched on the macro level, but let's talk specifically like your macro vision of, because we've talked about this, and it's super exciting to know you have a macro vision, because me and you talk about my macro vision, and I'm just kind of sporadic, but you're always, it changes, don't get me wrong, and that's what they always say, but like you always have like a macro
It's a moving
vision.
target.
So like what's your current macro vision for Rogue?
So currently, the goal of what we aspire the business to be is we want to be the preeminent premier nutrition provider for professional gamers and gamers in general. So from the top down, when competitors are attending these events, or whether you're going to a convention, you're going to a Comic-Con or something along those lines, we want to be the provider for your entire supplementation for that entire weekend. So to give you kind of inside scoop on how sometimes these tournaments work, teams will fly in from around the country. They'll be very long days, 10, 12-hour days, where they'll be at convention halls, they'll be streaming and going through the brackets and the tournaments. And we want to be able to fuel them in a healthy manner throughout the course of that entire weekend, so they can perform at a higher level that they need to. It sounds kind of silly, but it's eSports, and they're eSports athletes. And just like a professional athlete in a physical sport, these people need to be conscious of what's going into their body, because their mind and their reaction time and their ability to focus and have endurance is very critical for their livelihood and for these massive multi-million-dollar prizes that they have the opportunity to win. So
right, yeah, and I mean that's coming right back to how mainstream this is getting now. I remember there's a news article where let's start here. So I had two thoughts while you're describing that. One is that when we were gaming, and it's pretty new, but like gaming was more associated with like pop, potato chips, and pizza.
Absolutely.
And now that it's like a sport, now it's like every other sport where it's like
the stereotype,
training regimens, making sure you're healthy, and then like you said, hand-eye coordination and response time like is huge in every sport.
The stereotype, of course, is you're maybe a little bit more overweight, you're eating Doritos and crushing Mountain Dew, and you're in your parents' basement, of course. But that is, that's a little bit not necessarily the truth nowadays. Now professional teams with full rosters, gaming houses where they house the athletes. They have full-fledged nutritionists on staff, chefs on staff. It's a pretty serious
like a sports
process.
Team. It is. And I was going to say another current event that just popped into my mind while you were talking about it. The training regimen is like the other news story that just made the news. That a parent hired a coach for a kid to play Fortnite. Yeah, it's like, well, there you go, another main story news, and they see the possible financial benefits in the future, because it's like training someone to play baseball at this point now. Because
people are making a livelihood by hopping onto websites like Twitch or Mixer and streaming their gameplay, themselves playing a video game, and sharing it with the world, and people are able to hop in, and it's making
hundreds and thousands.
It's making something that might have previously been kind of a solo act, and maybe a little bit more independent or lonely or something like that. Being able to socialize that a little bit more, which is, I think, is pretty fantastic thing. So
Yep. So they can not only make money, and then they make money off streaming, or they can mention Rogue in a video and sell it with a what do you call it? A coupon code.
absolutely, yeah.
So talk a little bit. Something you're actually pretty well known for is
Yes.
your affiliate and teaching. You have an article out there that kind of walks people through the beginning stages of becoming an affiliate while streaming. Not only because that's the business, but second of all because you also offer it, which is cool.
Exactly. So we have a pretty inclusive approach to our business where we want to provide a fantastic product not only for professional esports athletes and professional gamers, but also for just your average individual person who would like to enjoy a video game and can use more energy and focus in their lives. So carrying over that concept into the way that we market our business, we have a gaming sponsorship that is open to the public. It's an affiliate style program where we actually allow anyone to join, hop onto our website, create a profile, get their own unique discount code that they can, while they're streaming, while they're playing video games, or in real life when they meet friends, they can mention their code to people. They can share their unique link, and they're actually able to earn an income by mentioning what we think is a pretty fantastic product.
Right.
And we've gotten such positive feedback from that, from our community that we're growing here.
Yeah.
Because it's not an application process. We don't require you to have 100,000 Twitter followers and a massive social following, and we're able to these people that are trying to make their dreams come true, we're able to help them get maybe a little bit step closer,
right,
and try to make an income off of the fantastic content they're putting out. So
right, which is nice. And one thing you'll notice if you ever do, which I recommend, decide to buy Rogue, and you get put in a VIP list of all customers, and it's amazing how many people talk in that thing. And like you'll see the different, I think even if you just go to your normal Facebook page, they post to that as well. But in the VIP, I saw the other day a guy in the Army.
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
posting pictures. Someone, this was one of the crazier ones, but someone made rice with the blue raspberry.
Yeah.
I don't know how that ever I mean, he showed
rice
a
is wild.
picture.
I've seen Rogue pancakes made before.
Like,
so some different creative things from our community, which is pretty kind of exciting to see.
So I think maybe by allowing those lesser, the people with the less followers and not having those requirements kind of brings in people that can be super passionate that may not have, like you said, are at the beginning following their dreams.
Absolutely.
And look what they do with it. Like they're
Definitely
going crazy with it.
Creative, yeah.
So that's super cool. So you mentioned the website and the affiliate program. What's the website? Where can they find you on social media?
VRogueEnergy.com is our website. We're primarily an e-commerce based business with some wholesale partners throughout the United States. We're based of course in the US, and we sell internationally. And our social media, we're biggest on Twitter, but you can give us a follow at any of the top social media: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, at VRogueEnergy as our tag there.
Nice. And at that website, so we were talking before this what shirts we were going to wear, because their company shirt I actually wear more than pretty much any other shirt, because I have the first two original colors they released. And so you can buy one of these shirts there. They're amazing. I mean, he not only researches supplements, he knows his product. The t-shirts are super. They're that nice cotton blend.
Yep. Don't
shrink. Now you even changed it because you're like, oh, those ones were super comfy, but
exactly,
we wanted to do something, make it a little bit more durable.
Durable, right?
And now they're super nice. So you'll get those shirts. They have a hat. So that was the compromise we made, is he wears the shirt and I'll wear the hat.
Yeah, right.
Even though the shirt's more comfortable than this, so I think you might have won in that. But anyways, so cool. So another question here. So what we've touched on a lot of things we're going to touch on here, but now so people can actually pinpoint these specific topics. Exactly. Let's hit a couple questions here. So what makes you different, and why do people usually pick Rogue as their energy supplement? I'll give a testimonial kind of after you, but why what are you hearing back from the community on why people are picking Rogue?
So my little spiel essentially is that Rogue is different in the sense that it's an energy drink, but it comes in a powdered form. So people might be familiar with that type of drink when they think of pre-workouts or something you would take before working out, more of a supplement. So it comes in a tub, 30 servings, so essentially a month's worth. You take one scoop, you mix it in 16 ounces of ice cold water in a shaker cup like this. A couple things that make it a little bit different: 18 active ingredients. Only healthy things considered: vitamins, antioxidants, real fruit extracts, amino acids, and then a fancy phrase called nootropics. So here's where it kind of starts setting, especially even a little bit more apart than like a Monster or Red Bull or something like that would be, that tries to spike you up with caffeine. Nootropics is just a fancy word for any natural ingredient that is going to help increase your cognitive function. So it could increase your endurance, your energy, your focus, your reaction speed. Everything is scientifically backed with, third-party scientific research. And again, the effects of it, we went for a formula and designed a formula that would not spike you too high and then make you kind of come down and crash, but really get you more to like that moderate sweet spot where you're feeling a little bit more uplifted, a little bit more alert, more focused without the jitters and the some of the negative effects you can get with caffeine, and keeps you there at a moderate level for about 8 hours.
And what's also nice with the powder form, which I was familiar with, I mean, from anywhere back to like Kool-Aid, back to
absolutely.
I mean, I used to make Gatorade for sports. I mean, everyone's familiar with mixing a powdered drink. So yeah, that does help. But also, like you said, you can get up to that moderate level with your recommended 16-ounce serving with one scoop. Or if you're like, you know what, I can risk a little bit. And here's the thing: is you're still not risking like jitteriness. It's more just like getting up to that level. You're still going to have that smooth feeling.
Exactly.
So it's kind of nice that you can be like, all right, well, that I know what one does. I can add a little bit more and keep like adjusting. Or if you only want half, say it's like later on in the day, and you're like, I don't need to get like morning awoke. Like they can do like a half. So people kind of
we paired the caffeine with something called L-theanine. It's one of the active ingredients in green tea. And essentially those two work really well together, where L-theanine kind of mellows out some of the effects that caffeine can have while enhancing some of the positive ones where you're a little bit more energized, a little bit more focused. So
maybe people that drink green tea, it's not the complete blend, but you maybe compare your caffeine intake or your caffeine feeling to a green tea kind of,
which is notoriously known as more of like a moderate or mellow type of energy,
rather than like a coffee, which would be like more caffeine, but there's no other real. There's other stuff in coffee, obviously, but not to like help with the caffeine boost. So.
Exactly.
Cool. We touched on this, but again, the number one goal for your business is
to be the world's premier gaming supplement provider for gaming.
Awesome. And then so. To get to that, what are some of the things you're going to do, like from here on out, obviously?
So our focus has been rolling out products and essentially new flavors at what we think is a pretty aggressive, pretty rapid rate. So we started with our first two flavors, which the OG flavors were berry pomegranate, which is strawberry, blueberry, and pomegranate, real delicious medley kind of blended together, and pink lemonade. So a couple classics there. And then we've introduced flavors along the way at a pretty quick pace, and that's been something that has really grown our audience at a pretty quick rate. Just continually putting out really great products. Like I said, we're pretty e-commerce based, but finding more wholesale partners is always something that we're open to, and we're exploring more. So trying to find a way that we can partner with different retail locations and stuff like that to kind of make distribution even easier. Is a big thing. And always trying to work to grow the community and kind of educate a little bit better that there's some healthier options out there aside from just turning to a 5-hour energy drink or a Monster or Red Bull or something like that. When you need to get that boost that you need. So education, growing the audience, and finding different distribution means is pretty important for us.
Those are the three pillars basically.
Pretty much,
that can lead you to where you want to go to do that number one.
Absolutely.
I think those are all good. And then obviously we talked about you being active so then people can find you now. So you are active on social media, all the major platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Now you have a Twitch channel recently started. And what are some of the things that people can expect if they go to, we already talked about the website, e-commerce space. You can buy things, I think, off Facebook now too. Don't you have that?
You can. You can buy a couple of the different products that we have off of Facebook.
So you have that, but what else will you expect to find on your social, like the social media, Twitch?
So definitely. So each platform is a little bit different, kind of how we like to engage with it. Twitter is probably our most active platform. We have the biggest audience there. 12,000 followers at the moment.
Wow.
And growing every day. But that's where a lot of our initial news updates and stuff will come from.
Okay.
So when we're posting out new flavor releases,
Yep.
or whether we're introducing, kind of just pictures from our photographers,
Yep.
Updates of where we're going to be for different conventions, stuff like that. Like that's usually the platform that we'll use. Facebook and our blog are pretty much where we'll put up blog articles, maybe a little more long tail type content, maybe some videos here and there of how the sponsorship program and stuff works. Twitch, which we just introduced, is we bring it back to gaming as much as possible. So we've actually created a stream team of about 22 different really talented content creators, and we allow them
to 22 now.
Yeah, so we allow them to stream onto our channel. They're able to kind of introduce themselves to a new audience, so we're helping them out as well.
Yeah.
While growing our channel as well and delivering great content to our followers there. And hopping on to our newsletter, our email newsletter is always a big thing because we have special kind of VIP offers, coupons, news that we wouldn't usually introduce on social platforms and stuff there. So engaging with us on different ways is really important.
Yep.
I will say this, I know you're kind of like the mobile guy.
Yep.
You know more about mobile than anyone I've ever met in my entire life.
Probably.
And my entire business is ran off of my cell phone essentially, and being able to engage with our audience on social media with a quick post or a couple videos, pulling stuff off of Google Drive, hopping over to our website, or jumping into the Shopify app to kind of see what our analytics and our orders look like for the day.
Yep.
Could not do it without a good mobile setup there. So it's I couldn't run the business.
Right.
And my partner and I could not run the business without.
What's nice is you focused on that.
Right.
When you started the business, and
Yep.
me and you talked about it all the time too. Like, obviously, you didn't always go with what I recommended, but you did your research to find out why that might have been more beneficial to things you knew more on the back end.
Right.
But all that stuff lined up for you to be able to go, let me see where my business is at today.
Exactly.
So that's, yep, and that was, you went right on to the next question. So besides like you running your business, obviously we talked about that, that's great. What are some of the things that maybe you didn't mention about that for running your business, as well as other mobility things, such as, I know you guys have an app, you could talk about that you're available on Amazon if you want.
Right.
Like some of the other ways that mobility has changed maybe the shopping experience for your customers. Definitely. Or your approach to marketing. Like obviously we talked about your social media, but anything else mobile
absolutely.
related that you can think of. Those are some examples.
So because you're my accountability buddy,
Yep.
pretty much, and we, every time we hop on a phone call, we're talking for 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
Because we're
going to try and keep this interview. We're at 25 minutes. It's going to be under 35, 40 minutes.
Absolutely.
So don't worry, we're not going to have that.
Absolutely. But you always, I feel like when we get off the phone, you told me about a new app to use, or a new email platform to use, or a different Facebook chat app to use, and you're always introducing different ideas and then planting them into my head to incorporate. And I don't always roll them out as quickly as I would love to, but some different ways that we use.
I just like to add more to your plate.
Right. But it's good. It's fantastic things to consider and look into. But different ways that we use mobile are first and foremost, the majority of our sales actually come from people purchasing on mobile devices, which is big.
Yeah.
So making sure that our website, through Shopify platform, it typically is, but making sure that it's optimized for mobile is important.
Yep. I think I've ordered all my Rogue from
off your cell phone or something like that.
Which probably isn't surprising for a mobile guy.
Right. But that's where we see a lot of our traffic coming through is mobile based. We try to introduce different apps and stuff like that make the experience easier for our consumers and stuff.
Your app's
on mobile devices.
Your app's really nice.
Thank you. Yeah. So we do have an app.
How did you get that app?
That was actually one of our kind of our raving fans, one of our people in our community that wanted to. They loved Rogue, and they reached out to us and said that they were a developer, and they wanted to, because they loved us so much, they wanted to just do it free for us. So it was something that we were thrilled to have, and it's been kind of a big benefit for our business as well.
Do you get all the statistics from people going? Are you able to
so we got all the statistics on the back end and stuff like that. We get to see kind of how many sales are flowing in from that. And typically, it tends to be some of your most loyal customers
that
as well.
Go through the app.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep.
So like we've talked about in basically all the other interviews, mobility, if you aren't somehow focusing on making sure everything lines up, I know it's can be scary to people that are used to paper, word of, like phone calls, paper, mail, like it can be intimidating, but it really can, and you don't have to implement it all at once, but it really can make your life easier as far as
get a Google account and use Google Drive. I mean, that's like the first step. Like that's like being able to kind of collaborate remotely with my partner when I need him and I need a document and it's not stuck locally on his laptop or on his computer where I cannot access it, and be able to just go out to the cloud and grab that. That's one of the first things that is just like a really big benefit, of course. And, and I would recommend any business that might not already be using like a cloud-based service is pretty big for us. So being able to go grab our logos, being able to go grab contracts, being able to go grab our wholesale pricing and stuff like that without requesting it from my partner or something like that, or vice versa, is a perfect example of how mobility is fantastic. We're living in a great day and age for these technologies, which is great.
I know, like we just started a business by ourselves without loans and all that crazy, having to go to a bank and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool that allows you to start from nothing.
Definitely.
Like Google gives you this amazing free drive, like that
fantastic,
you can access things from everywhere. So it's really awesome. So let's see here. So every interview I like to ask, like, you own the company, you preach it, you're the kind of the face of the company a little bit, and you've talked about all the benefits, and me and you are both drinking it. So how do you, as the owner of Rogue,
how do I personally use it?
How do you use Rogue?
Good question. So I love coffee. I'm a kind of coffee connoisseur. So I still drink coffee from time to time, but I use this typically as my coffee replacement in the morning. So I'll have Rogue in the morning. Kind of when I wake up, kind of get ready and focused and energized for the day. And then I'll use it as a pre-workout. If I'm going to go to the gym and kind of be a little more fit, more active, if I go for a run or something like that, I'll take it in advance. Or if just want kind of a afternoon, maybe like a 2 o'clock pick me up or something like that, I'll use it then.
That's pretty much exactly how I use it too. I love my coffee too, but I like French press, and the tough thing about French press, me and you both like French press, and the tough thing about French press is it takes it's going to sound ridiculous, but it takes 30 minutes to make, generally, to boil the water, get it up. And sometimes it's just like, I want to just fill this up from my fridge and put a scoop in. And
and sometimes you want a little different flavor. We have, I guess I didn't technically mention them.
I was going to say,
we currently have five flavors, and we're adding new flavors every single, well, not every single, frequently. So we started with pink lemonade and the berry pomegranate that I mentioned. Third flavor was mango pineapple, a little tropical.
Great one. I love that one.
It's a good one. Then we rolled out blue raspberry, which is what I'm drinking. And most recently, we just rolled out peach iced tea,
which is what I'm drinking.
Exactly. So we're introducing new flavors all the time. We'll have another one that will land at the end here of 2018.
Really? Yeah. Nice. I don't even know about that one. Not yet. But what's cool too is you ask the community about flavor choices, which kind of helps you know what they're going to want to buy.
So we want to be inclusive with our audience and stuff, and we wouldn't have a business without them. So we put out surveys. We kind of ask them, kind of poll them what they would like.
Make sure you're putting something out that people are going to buy.
Totally.
Like, there's going to be this many votes for this. At least we know we got that many probably purchasers there. So that's super cool. So I use Rogue Energy a lot, similar to that. What's nice again is you just don't really have to worry about getting too jittery. Like you could drink quite a few of these until you're like,
of course,
until you feel like the way that some of the other things.
And even like coffee, obviously coffee isn't going anywhere.
I drink some coffee too.
But sometimes with coffee consumption, upset your stomach or something like that, or maybe get a bit jittery, even for people that drink a lot of caffeine and stuff. So sometimes your body isn't. You don't want it that day. So it's good.
Again,
it's a good alternative.
The nice thing about it being scoopable is you can figure out
make a half dose, make a double dose.
Figure out what you like for flavor wise and everything. That's what I like about it. It's like, all right, I feel like I could use some more flavor today, which also equates to more energy generally because there's more blend. Or I could be like, it's like 2 o'clock. Maybe I'll just do like a half a scoop or something.
Exactly.
I don't have anything to do after 6. I don't need to be So all right, perfect. And then so here's the one of the last questions here. So what is the number one thing that people should look for when choosing their own energy supplement? So say like someone's like, I've had some Monsters, I've tried 5 Hour Energy. There's a couple other options out there. We won't give them free airtime, but what would you say is something that they should do to pick one?
Good question. So so there's the obvious competitors out there, canned energy drinks and different like energy shots and stuff like that, coffee, other pre-workouts. Then there's a couple other competitors in the gaming space. I think some things that are probably important is just knowing your body and taking into consideration kind of like what you're putting into it.
Right.
I think when possible, if you can try to avoid sugars, that's always a big plus, which we know is pretty abundant in canned energy drinks for the most part.
And everything else.
Right.
So if you're drinking some that doesn't have it, it's kind of nice.
Exactly. So I think when you can go with natural ingredients, healthy ingredients, avoiding sugar whenever possible, and then being conscious of how these ingredients kind of interact with one another is pretty important as well. So luckily we've done that research for you. But other things that people consider when they're kind of reviewing us online and that we hear a lot is it's not necessarily just all about how the energy stuff works. Is does it taste good? Do you like it? Yep. Does it blend together well? If it's a powdered drink, is there residue at the end there? Different things like that. So what's the cost? Cost is going to be an important thing for you there.
Yep.
So taking those things into consideration are probably pretty important.
Yep. What's nice about if you go to their website, I think you still have your ingredient list.
Yeah.
Go
formulas right there on our website.
I mean, obviously not the amounts, but what's in some of the amounts that are important. Like
and under each of the products, under the tubs, we also have our nutrition labels right on there, so you can go ahead and check out any of the different.
But on the website it tells you why you're putting them in too, which is kind of cool. Like, here's why we put this one in, this one in, this one in. So that's really cool.
Yep.
Totally. What's the best way for people to give Rogue a try? If they're like, this sounds cool, I like the vision of the company.
So the best way to give us a try is probably go to therogueenergy.com. We have something up there that's extremely popular, which is called the starter kit, where you're gonna get a shaker just like this, as well as a single serve of each of our flavors that you can go ahead and try all of them before you go ahead and make your first tub purchase, which is great. So you kind of, although we think they're all absolutely delicious, and that's the feedback that we get for the most part, it gives the opportunity to go ahead and try your favorite, so you don't necessarily need to make that tub purchase right away.
Right.
We do price everything pretty affordable, so that's kind of a big thing that we try to do there as well. If you think about an energy drink at a convenience store, it might be $2.50 per serving for us. It's $1.
Yep.
So
at this time it's $1, which is like, how can you pass that up? It's the same cost as a bottle of water.
Exactly.
So that's super cool. Let's see. So before we go, I have one last question, but I want to bring this up because I said I would. So you've been to a couple conferences.
Yes.
Big ones.
Yep.
And you've gotten the nice thing about doing that is you get a lot of feedback at those conferences. We do. What are the conferences you went to, so you can kind of?
So we went
people have seen you.
We went to Twitchcon 2017 in Long Beach, California. That was the first one that I was mentioning that we had to make that tough deadline for. And then most recently we went to C2E2 in Chicago. It's Comic-Con last April, and fun conventions. They're exciting. Yeah,
crazy for a year old.
Tens of thousands of people attending
company,
these.
And the first one, how old were you?
Well, we just had product in hand that September, so the very next month we were going to the convention.
1 month old company going to TwitchCon.
Yeah. So tens of thousands of people attending these.
I think you really need to up your ambitions.
Yeah, right.
Like that's way too slow. Like you should have done week 2, I think.
Aim higher. Right?
I think you should have tried to get to TwitchCon.
I should have. I dropped the ball.
No,
but so we always like to try to go to different conventions across the U.S. At the moment, and we've gotten fantastic feedback. So we're able to get a lot of different partners there and get the word out there.
Yeah.
Share our fantastic flavors that we had. Gotten great feedback. That they love the taste, they love the colors, they love the approach that we've taken for our formula.
Yep.
And they like how inclusive our business is, where we have some of those, the sponsorship program and stuff like that. So that's been pretty fun and exciting for us. And at those conventions, if mobile is important on my day-to-day job, it's ever more important there. I'm hopping into TweetDeck and making sure that our posts are set up for the entire weekend while we're going to be busy for 10 hours straight talking and engaging with people face to face, and we don't have time to go ahead and run the business on the back end, we automate as much as possible, and that's all done via mobile.
Right.
And it allows us to check in and stuff while we're tied up there, while the owners and the people that move the business forward are busy with other things. The business can still run and function, and it's all thanks to mobile.
Yeah,
which is really big.
Yeah, we talked for sure before Twitchcon.
Yep.
I think we talked before both of them and just ran through. I'm like,
yeah,
of course, like gave you 6 more things that you should probably do that are mobile related.
Yep.
But we also ran through the importance of making sure you at least
even just like we were going to show up to the convention with a clipboard and paper for collecting people's emails and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure Steve told us the idea of having a form fill with our iPad and stuff like that, which we were able to probably gain 5 times as many different emails and names and stuff like that to add into our funnel.
Right.
Which was little things like that.
Just little things. Because you're just so busy trying to make a 2-month deadline to Twitchcon. So
absolutely.
Got to have some outside influence. So,
definitely.
All right, so that's great. So if you guys want to try out Rogue Energy, I'm going to ask them one more question here, but therogueenergy.com, you can search it all over the internet too. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
You guys got a good, I mean, you can just
Google Rogue Energy and we're going to be right there.
Right, which is awesome.
Find us on Amazon, you name it.
So we're going to end with this last question. I think it's super important. If people stick around this long, they're definitely going to want to know if this answer is like, who is a perfect customer?
Perfect. That's a good question. Absolutely.
That should be trying Rogue Energy.
I would say the perfect customer is anyone that could use a little bit more energy, a little bit more focus in their day-to-day lives, and wants to take a healthy approach to that, and who could use a little bit of delicious drink in their lives.
Nice. Yeah. Perfect. So again, thanks guys for watching. I'm Steve Markfort, owner of Kickback Wireless Solution. This is Zac Dudzik, co-owner and creator of Rogue Energy. Any links we mentioned or anything we mentioned, it's going to be down below in the description of this video. I think my code doesn't really have much to do with my business. It's actually my nickname, but I think I have a code FORTMARK. If you go FORTMARK, and they get, was it 10% off in order.
Your Rogue Energy purchases. Just hop over on the site and you can enter it when you're checking out.
Yep, a little bit of affiliate. See, I'm not a gamer, and I can still possibly make.
Exactly.
You can help support the show and also get your energy. So go ahead and check that out. Again, everything that I mentioned, that we mentioned in the site, we'll mention down in the video below. Thanks for watching, and go give Rogue a try. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.